Hello everyone. I'm going to try to do a video tour around the block. Starting here, our front foyer. We have a lovely set of doors to the house. Two sets of doors, in fact. That's the inner set. I'll walk out and show you the outer set of doors. And around the street this way. And around the street this way. I'll make some commentary on things I think I know. I don't necessarily understand everything here yet. I have theories. So one thing that's interesting is at this and other levels there are bars on windows. It's pretty much this entire neighborhood has bars on the dwellings. And in this case, the bars actually go all the way up. So second floor, third floor, got these shuttering bars, plus little balconies, which are pretty cool. Specifically about this house. Love this little aperture. I don't even know what that's called. It's nice. And then the building next to it. There's a little light for you. Also has an aperture that's pretty cool. Letting some air in, I guess. So let me go around the block. Here we are in the street next to our street. Our street is Arroyo de San Andres. And the cross street here is Muñoz Capilla. It's a one-way street, lots and lots of one-way streets. It's got some metal poles here, which I believe are to discourage parking. There is no parking along this street. The houses here, I don't think are that old, at least on this street. This one looks fairly new. My building was built in about 2000. You can see some plants, which I assume in the spring are going to be really fleshed out and nice. But some of them are blooming here in February. This is our apartment and our bars, and we have these little wooden shutters that are intended to block the view of people on the street from seeing into your home. And these are common, very, very common on the first floor of buildings. Another thing to point out is the colors here. The yellow is used throughout this neighborhood as accents, lighter and darker. Another building that's not too old. Across the street here is a parking garage. It's not really a garage. It's not covered, but it's closed. And we covet this garage space because we don't have a garage space. You'll note, too, that a lot of people have really lovely wooden doors on their homes. There's some typical deep yellow on this building. That's the yellow that you see around here. Balconies, of course. More balconies, more bars. Kind of nice entryway here. Typically what you can see through the entrance of a home is into what's called a patio. An enclosed space that's open to the sky that has flowering plants in it. Can't see that in this one, but you can in other homes. Interestingly, as we move along here, you'll note that in this home, or in this building above, is an enclosed space with bars. This is typical here too, and we can't quite figure out what's going on with these. Why are there fully barred enclosed spaces? I mean, I guess you could think, well, you don't want people falling out of the building. But they're just a little strange, you know, and the fact is this one's enclosed, but this balcony is not enclosed, so who knows? You'll note that the street is paved with these stones. These are really, really common here in this part of town. Then we come to one of the few homes around that's decorated with some color. This lovely blue. This home looks kind of old, to be honest. Don't know how old it is. This is another case of the enclosed balcony. This one has glass. So this one keeps out the weather, but you can get out and be outside. Check out the street without being exposed to heat or cold, I suppose. And a cool door there, a wooden door. As we get to the end of this street, there's some trees here. These are orange trees, and they just recently went through an exercise, the city, of taking the oranges off the trees. So you won't really see any oranges here because it's February and the oranges come to be ripe. The oranges aren't particularly suited to be just eaten, and so they're just removed. And we watched that process not too long ago, a couple of blocks from here. It was amazing. There were just hundreds of oranges on the ground, and a street sweeper was sweeping up the oranges. Kind of cool here at the end of the street is a sculpture. This is kind of neat. Depiction of a dove and where the dove came from. That's pretty cool. Back this way is the back end of a building that's a pretty popular tourist spot called Palacio Viana, which was first built in the 1400s, and then over about 400 years it was expanded and expanded and expanded with gardens and so forth. So what you see here is in the back, one of the patios or gardens in the back of the place of a pretty popular tourist spot in Palacio Viana. Haven't been in here yet, but will be. And you can see, interestingly, they've trained the oranges in the back to vine. So you got oranges growing as though they're on a wall. It's kind of cool. So we're gonna turn off of Muñoz Capillo and turn on to Rejas de Don Gome. Rejas means bars, and I think it has to do with one of the additions that they made to the Palacio Viana over the years, and he added bars in addition to patio. So we've got this small, again, one-way street. This one paved with brick, and someone's liable to pull up behind me and pass, so in that case I have to get squeezed up against the wall. I can hear them coming, so they can pass me, and we'll head down to the next street. This whole building is yellow. It's light yellow above, and it's dark yellow accented below. You'll note the bars, and you'll note the wooden screen. These are a little higher than the wooden screens in our place. Now we come to Santa Isabel. Santa Isabel is the name of the street here, but is not the name of the street about a block from here. The street names change every, it seems, 2 to 3 blocks. Out here is a place where a guy sets up tables and umbrellas and has a thriving business of a little bar, the Tercio Viejo. Over here is, if you were so inclined, you could bring your garbage, your waste, out to this area. There's garbage areas like this every 2 to 3 blocks. This one's rather small. There's only 3-4 containers. We don't bring our garbage here. We bring it elsewhere where there's lots and lots of containers. Interestingly, over in this building across the street, you see the bars are bowed out. It covers both windows. It's kind of cool, different. So we'll walk down San Isabel, get a sense for what a full, bigger street looks like here. Reminds me a lot of any other place in Europe. It's kind of a cool door. You'll note that street sign looks like J2. That's a 1. So it's 12, the address here. There's a really nice entry to a building over there. We'll keep walking. Kind of zoomed in here, it seems. Parking is funny here. There are spots that appear to be free right here. And then down the road there, it's loading and unloading, so you take your chances if you're going to park where it says loading and unloading. Although the hours vary. Parking here is really a giant pain in the butt to find parking and keep it. This is the inside of the building. You can see the tiles inside. That's pretty nice. Entry to that building. Yep. Zoom back down. Here's the local panaderia, or the place where they make bread. It's also a pasteleria. This building happens to be really pretty interesting. It's got the, Muslim horseshoe arches that are colored. It's really pretty up above, with more ornate arches, and it's just a bakery, basically. A pasteleria and panaderia. Not necessarily, try to show you inside there, because the owner might get a little annoyed. So we're coming back around. There's a restaurant here we haven't been to yet, the El Patron Pizzeria, which here in Spain they translate as the boss. So this is the boss pizza. I'll show you the sign over there. More of those interesting lanterns all over the place. And then over here, across the street from our building, is a school, which at various times of the day gets quite loud, but because it's many, many children, it's sort of like white noise. And then I'm walking across an area here where another individual sets up his tables and umbrellas, and he runs the churreria and makes churros. And he's out here every morning from early in the morning until about 2 o'clock, about when the siesta goes down. And hey, here's a little car. This little white guy is our Opel Corsa we bought not too long ago, but which we've parked in front of the house. By some rare miracle, we found a spot, so we're actually not terribly inclined to move the car. And we're circling back around, and we're coming through our front entrance, which is number 5. And here's Donna. Hello, Donna.
Hello, Gary.
And here's me. I can't see myself, so I don't know what you see.
Yeah, you see.
But that will conclude our little tour of the block. And I hope you enjoyed a peek into what we're doing here in Spain. And we will see you later.